What is up, Nerd Nation? It's your boy Hunter here from Film Nerd TV, and today we are doing episode 7 of Nerd News. I'm joined by my co-host, Chant Ellison. How's it going, brother?
Good, man. We have some, well, like always, we never have boring things to talk about. We always have something interesting, which some that are, well, we'll get into it. Let's get into these topics.
These are gonna be fun, man. These are gonna be fun. You guys know how this works.
Oh, yeah.
We go over the topics and the news stories of everything nerd and film related. So, Chance, why don't you go and give us our first movie news topic?
All right. So, the way this works, we go into we have three major brands of talking about, but we start with the stragglers, as we call it. So, our first story, So, we talked earlier about this week about Tarantino doing a Star Trek movie. Well, we got some more front on that. Apparently, Star Trek will be rated R. All right, Hunter, what do you got to say about this?
Kind of not surprising news. I've never seen Tarantino make anything less than rated R movies. Gets me wondering,
Right.
How in the hell would you do a rated R Star Trek movie? And will the studio even allow him to do it? But
Quentin Tarantino has power.
I mean, if it does, and this happens, this is gonna be badass, dude. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, we said last week if you're gonna have Samuel Jackson in this, they gotta have him as as Picard. Nah, he's probably gonna be a Klingon. He's already got the shirts made. Klingon, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Klingon, motherfucker, do you speak it?
But this is interesting. That's the best way I can describe it. It's just interesting. I never thought I'd see the day where we're talking about a rated R Star Trek movie directed by Quentin Tarantino.
No, never.
I really want to see it. I think I'm so intrigued by this that I have to see it come to reality.
Oh, I do too, man. I want this to be like official. Like we get a Quentin Tarantino rated R Star Trek movie. Who in their right mind would think I would ever be saying those words in that order? No one.
Who could say no to this?
Probably the studio because of studio meddling, but
right. But I think if there's anybody that can get creative freedom, it's Quentin Tarantino.
Oh yeah, without doubt. So yeah, we're both excited for this topic. So why don't we go on to another one?
All right, our next piece of news. We had a little trailer drop. The trailer for Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. This, of course, is the follow-up to 2015's Jurassic World, which was directed by Colin Trevorrow. This will actually not have. He's not returning to direct this one. This will be directed by J.A. Bayona on Monster Calls and The Impossible. Very talented dude. I'll get my thoughts on this trailer. I thought it was good. I thought this is a very different direction for Jurassic Park than we've ever seen it go before. As someone who I love the original Jurassic Park, I thought 2 and 3 they're bad. I'll say it. And I thought Jurassic World was a fun movie. I mean, yeah, it doesn't capture the original spirit of Jurassic Park. It really never tries to. It tries to be just a fun kind of B-ish movie. In some aspects it succeeds, in some aspects it fails, but that's how it goes. I feel like they're trying to tackle some issues that Jurassic Park movie has not tackled yet. And the director Jay Bayona, he's even said that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie, and I thought the trailer was. It didn't blow my socks off or anything, but I thought it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, and see, when I watched this trailer, I enjoyed it. Cool visuals. Like always, the visuals of the dinosaurs in the world just looks incredible. But I do think in this teaser trailer, they showed more than they needed
to. I mean, yeah, I can see that, but really, it's nothing that we didn't know was going to happen in this movie already. Like we know the first one, they kept the T-Rex in secret. They didn't have him yet. They didn't have her yet because they're all females. They
Yeah.
didn't, but like we know the T-Rex is gonna be in this movie, so there's no point. There's no point in hiding her.
I mean,
I don't feel they show too much.
I mean, for a teaser trailer, I feel like they showed a little too much, especially with, you see Chris Pratt's character escaping. What is it, like a volcano or something? Part of the trailer.
Yeah, something
It
like
shows him
that.
escape, and then like that would have been a good like tension-filled moment in the movie to see. But now I'm just like, well, in the teaser trailer, you pretty much just show that he's going to escape. I mean, I enjoyed the trailer. I mean, it looked really nice, and like all the dinosaur battles that we saw, and like the velociraptors are back. I enjoyed this trailer. I just feel like at points it showed a little too much, especially for a teaser trailer. Now, if this was like a full-length official trailer, then yeah. But if this is your first trailer, make it about 90 minutes to like maybe 2 minutes if you're trying to push it. But try to keep some of the secrets that you have, close quarters.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like because saying it's real about the Jurassic Park movies, have always had really solid marketing campaigns. I feel like I'm really curious to go see what they're not showing us, and
Yeah.
really going to keep things like this close to the chest. I could be coming back here in 6 months and saying, yeah, they showed way too much in that trailer. But as of right now, I don't think it was enough. The trailer didn't. This trailer blew me away. This didn't, but that doesn't mean it was bad. It was just good. That's all I can say about it.
It was a good one.
Okay. All right, on to the next story. So this is a story about Republican news about a film that one of my favorite movies of the year so far. Apparently, Sony is kicking around the idea of a Baby Driver sequel with Edgar Wright returning to write and direct. Hunter, what do you say about this?
Baby Driver is definitely in my top 10 favorite movies of the year. I absolutely enjoy this movie. It's a movie I can go back and rewatch over and over and over again. One thing I have is, how the hell are you going to do a sequel? Because at the end, Baby was done with that. So I don't see how you're going to – I mean, it's possible. But I hope they don't do what most sequels do. And it's like, oh, he's coming out of retirement for one more job. And then it's like –
one last ride.
One last ride, yes. I don't want to see that. The movie standing alone by itself, and it was a good standalone movie. It was beginning, end, it was over. Baby was done with this one mission that he had to do. He's free. A sequel, I'm excited for because I loved the first one, and I'll definitely be seeing it in theaters. But the question is, where are you going to go from the first one?
Right, and yeah, I'm intrigued by this piece because if this is something Edgar Wright wants to do, Edgar Wright is someone I trust as a creator immensely. I've loved every film he's put out to date. I don't think he's made a bad movie yet. And yeah, like I said, Baby Driver is one of my favorites of the year so far. Yeah, I say roll with it. I don't want them to do this just because Baby Driver made a lot of money. It was a big surprise hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have an idea with a story, please don't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't make it he's got to go on one last. Oh.
He gets hit.
So Fast and Furious.
Yep. Dude, that'd be awesome. A Baby Driver Fast and Furious crossover. Baby Furious.
Baby Furious. Oh God!
Oh my God!
Fantastic.
No. Please don't. I love both franchises. They wouldn't work together. But like,
no,
yeah,
they would not.
If Edgar Wright has a plan and he's passionate about this project, and this is something that he wants to do, not something that the studios are forcing him to do, then yes, give us another great movie. But if not, leave us with this one great movie. Because if you try to muddle it and you try to make sequels, it becomes just like the Jurassic Park movies. First one was fantastic.
Yeah.
The two sucked. I don't want to see that with Baby Driver because I love this movie.
You're totally right. Like, do this for story reasons. not for money reasons. That's all we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So on to our next story, and one that makes me just want to throw my head through a wall. Sadly, there's a Detective Pikachu movie. Del, put your goddamn hands down. This is not good. Put your hands down. Computer, kick your ass. All right, so the movie, gotta hate those words, is coming out, and they have just cast the lead. They have just cast the voice of Pikachu, which will be, for reasons I can't frickin' explain, Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds will be voicing Detective Pikachu. Yeah, okay, let me go first. I'm puzzled by this. This seems like a paycheck job. Thing is, it's Ryan Reynolds. He's not aching for a paycheck. He has Deadpool with a sequel coming out, which was a big hit and will be a big hit in the future. Hitman's Bodyguard, which surprised a lot of people. I think why he's doing this. It doesn't make any sense.
The script was incredible.
Lies. I don't believe you.
Oh, come on.
Look, I'll say this. I don't like Pokemon. I think it's dumb. I think it's, yeah, you heard me. I think Pokemon is stupid. I'm a fan of it. I'm seriously gonna, you're gonna have to drive kicking and screaming for this movie. Ryan Reynolds, like, if this is a genuinely good movie, I don't think it will be, but if it is, I will come on here and I will
be prepared to come on here and say that Pokemon rocks.
Yeah, no, okay, I'll tell you what. If the Pokemon movie is good, I will do a 12-hour live stream of me watching the show.
Yes! Make that bet right now.
If the Pokemon movie comes out and it is good, if it gets a fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, I will come and do a live stream of me watching Pokemon. But as of right now,
fresh 60% or higher, so it makes it 61%. It's fresh.
What? Fine, I'll take it. I said it on the internet. I can't take that back now.
No, you cannot.
But yeah, I think this is stupid. But like, also, you look at the talent they want for this movie. We're in talks. Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Hugh Jackman. What is in this script that you have that you think you can get?
Gold. The Pikachu gold.
And you did get one of these actors.
Oh my god!
Like this is like I swear, like my sister, my little sister, she can't stand Pokemon either. Probably more than me. She hates Pokemon like with a passion. See her, she's gonna avoid it like the plague. She's not gonna want to see it. She's not going to talk about it. She will likely burn down a theater showing this movie. That's my thoughts on this. Hunter, what do you think about Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu?
This is the greatest decision ever made by any actor ever.
Okay, that's it. This is my last episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, stay alone forever. Myself. No, I am a huge fan of the Pokemon franchise. Detective Pikachu, I'm not sure what to feel about the movie, but Ryan Reynolds is a great actor. And what do we always say, Chance? Nothing wrong with adding great talent.
Never a mistake to add talent, even when the talent is being seemingly wasted in a bullshit movie.
You don't know it's going to be a bullshit movie, though. It could be really good, and I'm hoping it's really good. Being a Pokemon fan and a Ryan Reynolds fan, I want this movie to be fantastic. I'm excited for it, cautious for it, but
yeah, this sounds absolutely stupid. But hey, it might be good, and yeah, that bet stands. If it comes out and it's good, I will do a 12-hour live stream of me watching the cartoon, which I gotta help out to do that. All right, moving on. Another trailer we had dropped. This one's actually based on another Japanese property. Oh, segue, nice. All right, we had a trailer drop for Alita: Battle Angel. Movie is based on I think the manga is called Battle Angel Alita.
Battle Angel. Yep. The anime was called, I think it was just called Battle Angel.
Yeah.
The anime.
Yeah, this movie's directed by Robert Rodriguez, which I think is one of the bigger scale projects he's done in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And also has a fantastic cast. I mean, Christoph Waltz is in this. Christoph Waltz, Jennifer Connelly, Mahershala Ali, as so many. Ed Skrein.
His first name, by the way.
What'd you say?
Ali. You butchered his first
Mahershala Ali.
I'm not even going to try to say his first name.
Mahershala. I said it right.
Is it?
Yes, Mahershala Ali. Jackie Earle Haley and Screen are in this movie also, but
really?
The trailer. Yeah, the trailer for this movie looks interesting. Okay, this is kind of gonna sound like a dig, but it reminds me of Ghost in the Shell. Didn't like this looks like Ghost in the Shell, but more interesting. Like I'm more interested in seeing this than I ever was in seeing Ghost in the Shell. That
hurt, Chance. That hurt.
I think it's a bold choice to have the main character be motion capture. Once you get over that, I think it's a pretty enjoyable trailer. I didn't have a lot of interest in this movie. Now I'm really curious. So, Hunter, what do you got to say about the Battle Angel trailer?
I didn't really watch that anime, but from the trailer, huh?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I know you didn't, but that's not one of the animes that really caught my eye. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never really sat down and watched it. Look at this trailer. There was one part in the trailer, and I know I'm kind of being negative on this part, but it really stuck with me. So I'm gonna say this one part that completely sounded so sappy Twilight shit, where she's like, "Oh, I do anything for you. I'd give you my heart." Like,
but that was good. But then she's like, he was like literally holding her heart. I felt like that was just a joke.
I don't know. She sounded dead serious, but if that was a joke, good job. But if it's that sappy shit, come on.
We'll have to see within the context of the movie.
Yeah, but that line just sounded so weird to me and stuck in my head. But overall, the trailer looked cool. I mean,
yeah,
I saw Ghost in the Shell, and not knowing a little bit about Ghost in the Shell itself, I hated it. I did not like that movie at all. So when you compare this to Ghost in the Shell, that kind of hurt me because I'm like, that movie sucked so bad. I don't want this movie to suck because the talent behind the scenes is really good also. I mean, Robert Rodriguez can be a good director when he gives a shit about a project.
When he's not making movies for kids.
Yeah, or the Spy Kids movies. But
yeah,
I mean, and he brought it up too. I mean, you have a star-studded cast, and I hope this movie is really good. But showing and going back and seeing previous examples, and live action movies based on animes usually suck because you're taking 40 to 60 episodes and you have to crush it down to about 2.5 hours. That does not work because you're leaving so much characters out, and you're leaving so many plot points. It's kind of the problem I had with Death Note on Netflix. I enjoyed the movie for what it was, and as a, I kind of, because I've watched all the episodes of Death Note, and really separating my fanboy self from my movie self. It was a fun movie, but then you go back and watch the anime, you're like, they leave out so much of the, the lore and the characters, and I hope that this doesn't do it, and I hope that overall this is a very good movie based on an anime.
Yeah, it is hard. It's like when you're adapting like a cartoon for live action, or like a series, or just comic book in general. It's hard to cram all that.
Sorry, anime is actually different because it's one long story, and you gotta mesh that down into a certain time, wherein reality, like the ongoing stories stay for 60 episodes and break it up into seasons where it just continuously flows into one and another. That's hard to do in like a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, and like as someone who's not a big fan of anime in general, this looks I think this looks actually kind of it looks kind of sweet.
You need to
Like
check
some
out
like
Death Note.
the robots look cool. Yeah, I'll check out Death Note. I think it looks kind of sweet. I like robots. I like sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
I do like the cast. I love Christoph Waltz. I love Jennifer Connelly. Mahershala Ali's in this movie, and he actually plays two parts. So I kind of want to watch to find out what his other part is.
He's Cottonmouth and what was it, Leatherhead, something like that.
Leatherhead. His name is Vector in this movie, but yeah. I'm hopefully optimistic because I love Robert Rodriguez as a director. I think he's a really talented dude. I hope it's good, but yeah, you're right. Anime to live action adaptations don't always go over very well. So
No.
we'll have to see how this one goes.
All right, let's go into our next story.
Let's tackle DC first because we have a few in that one.
All right.
All right, so we'll do this one first. So apparently Superman. So there's some scenes cut from Justice League that were being talked about. Actually, there was a scene filmed with Superman in a black suit. This was confirmed by the cinematographer of the movie. He also said that there was a scene in one of the trailers where we didn't see who he was talking about, but who's talking to, but he's talking to Superman. He's like, let's arrive in time.
Yeah.
That was one of his favorite scenes to shoot. So yeah, apparently there was a lot that ended up actually on the cutting room floor. Hunter, anything you gotta say about this?
Back on the Justice League topic again, I wish they wouldn't have cut stuff out. And I wish that we had a 3-hour Justice League movie, but hopefully we get a Zack Snyder cut of the Blu-ray and the movie and the DVD or whatever. Because I'll buy that one. Because while I still proclaim that I enjoyed Justice League and I had fun with Justice League, like the theater version to me, it's not like BVS where, the theater version was so jumbled up and the parts here should be taken out. Justice League as its own does work as a movie for me, just, the fun factor. But the Zack Snyder 3-hour version has so much stuff in there that I want to see, like more stuff with the Green Lanterns, the Superman black suit, the appearance of Darkseid, seeing Iris West and Barry Allen, just there's so much stuff that I do want to see in the Justice League movie that I hope we do get a 3-hour cut of the movie.
I think there's people know me, people walk around review on my channel know I thought Justice League was a mixed bag overall. I thought overall, it balanced it out where it was just fine. It wasn't great, it wasn't awful, it was just fine. But I do think that you did need more time in that movie. And but I don't think you need to keep everything. Like we're going to talk about it later in a second, but Ryan Johnson said that when he was cutting Last Jedi, some of his favorite scenes in the movie actually got cut in the best movie. And I don't know if these scenes serve the plot, or serve the movie at all. But if they didn't, I think they were okay to cut. I mean, I don't think it would change the movie at all, but I think it would have been a good cut.
Yeah.
I think you're right. If these were integral to the plot, kind of like with BVS, I don't think you should have cut them.
Yeah, I don't think either. I think if anything needed to be 2 hours and 45 minutes, needs to be 3 hours, it needs to be Justice League.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get.
Even though like the first Avengers was only like 2 hours and something.
It was like 2 hours 20 minutes.
Yeah, make it like around the 2.5 hour, the 2:45, hour mark, and you'll be good.
No, totally. Yeah, I think that was. I think you add like 30 minutes to that movie. You know, flesh out some storylines. Maybe put some scenes back in. That probably would have turned out better for you.
Yeah.
Which would have not led to as many shakeups as you had to do. Which brings us to our next story.
Nice segue.
DC has to go through some. Thank you. DC, after Justice League, has apparently gone through some shakeups. Variety did a piece this week, which is actually very fascinating. You should go read. DC has some shakeups going this week. So, first of all, the DC Films co-president and co-chairman John Berg, he has left the position. He is not heading up these films anymore. Someone who is also not heading up these films, Jeff Johns. He has been demoted. He is no longer in charge. He's no longer spearheading the films division. He's focusing on and comic books now, which I think that's a good place for him because he's still not a creative consultant, but he's not spearheading the operation anymore. Which why was he spearheading the operation to begin with? He knew nothing about film production. He had no prior film experience, or at least not that I know of.
Yeah.
If you're looking at someone to head up the production, I don't think he was the best choice. Also, another thing, DC Films will be less independent from Warner Brothers. So DC Film was really just another building on the Warner Brothers lots and building now because they can't function very well autonomously as their previous performances have shown. There's also some other things that they revealed. First of all, WB, the higher ups at WB actually didn't want Snyder. That was a decision that was made independent of them, which we kind of already knew about, but as Bruce gave for the confirmation. And also, according to this piece, Affleck will not be Matt Reeves as the Batman, as it currently looking for younger actors, which means it might take place in a different time period. All right, so what do you make of all this? Let's start with the Jeff Johns and the co-chairman John Berg being out. What do you have to say about all this? About those things?
About the Jeff Johns things, I do agree that Jeff Johns is a great comic book writer, and he knows how to tell a really great story, but he doesn't know about the film productions. So I feel like, and people are calling this a demotion. No, it's not. It's not a demotion at all. It's where I feel like Jeff Johns deserves to be on. Working on the TV stuff, working on the comic books, giving us great comic book stories and comic book characters. So this is not a demotion at all. This is, I feel like, where he needs to be. And on
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say I was wrong. Jeff Johns does have some prior film experience before the DCU. You want to know what it is?
I kind of don't, but I kind of
do. He was co-producer and creative consultant for 2011's Green Lantern. Yeah.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Snaz versus Catwoman. I was hoping you wouldn't say Catwoman.
No, it's not. Like I said, he's still being creative consultant, and he's actually like a lot of things he's co-written. Like he co-wrote the story with for Aquaman with James Wan. He co-wrote the story for Green Lantern Corps. He co-wrote the story for Wonder Woman 2. On board. He's just not heading up the productions anymore.
Yeah. And who's the head up at DC? His name is what?
Oh, his name was John Berg. He's not heading up the division anymore.
Well, I think that's I'm not sure what to think about that. I mean, after Justice League being pretty much slammed by critics and Justice League not making money, I can kind of understand why they let him go, especially if the rumors, which we now know is true, that they kept Zack Snyder on there without the studio, without WB knowing. That's something that you shouldn't do, especially if WB didn't want Zack to begin with.
Well, it's not they didn't know. It's not that they didn't know. They just didn't want. They didn't want him, and there's a big clash between whether or not they want to keep Snyder on board. But by the time it was a really high if they didn't want Snyder back. But by the time they couldn't make a decision, Snyder was already on board. The movie was already in production.
Yeah, So yeah, I can understand why he's gone, and like hopefully this shakeup and them are we going into them immigrating into Warner Brothers and DC together?
Yeah, like they're gonna be operating less autonomously.
Okay, I mean I like that, but I'm also afraid that nothing's gonna change. That the higher ups of Warner Brothers are just gonna meddle and mess up the movies anyway.
Right, but like you can like they can fix things like during like production of the movie, like make it a little more coherent. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're pretty
I
much doing.
understand like why I understand why they're doing this because like looking at this now, so the domestic box office of Justice League is now $212 million. That means it took them almost 3 weeks, 2 weeks to get to what the Avengers did in a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's just I hope this um the shakeup and this them coming together. I hope this means good things for Warner Brothers and DC because as you guys know, I am a fan of the DCU. Whether that makes me liked or not, I don't care. I love those movies. Suicide Squad was the weakest, but whatever. I had fun with that movie, but I want them to have great movies like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was a great movie. That was that like why can't you do movies more like that? Where you build your characters and you really make a good script and a good story. You don't have all these production problems and shit like that. I hope that this shakeup really does give a kick to the ass of Warner Brothers and DC and really gets them going with their new universe.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, so now we have another news from DC. So they just had a Comic-Con in, I believe, Brazil, if I'm not mistaken, and they just announced their movie slates that were missing from the slate. So this was in Brazil. Movies they announced were of course Wonder Woman 2, which is currently slated for 2019 release. Aquaman, current for December 2018 release, and other projects announced for the slate: Point, Suicide Squad 2, Shazam, Batgirl, Green Lantern Corps, and the Batman, and also Justice League Dark.
Justice League Dark.
Yeah. So also projects that were not announced to be in development: Cyborg, Deadshot, Deathstroke, Gotham City Sirens, Harley Quinn, the Joker and Harley Quinn movie, Nightwing, and the Joker origin movie, which is being produced by Martin Scorsese. All of those were not talked about during this, so the back burner. Also the Black Adam movie from The Rock.
Give me 1 second. Let me bring up the I found a picture that has all of the movie slates on it. Let me pull that up real quick.
Okay. Magic of Live, ladies and gentlemen.
Huh?
Magic of Live.
Oh yes. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah. So I'll speak to this slate while you're doing that. I mean, pretty. The biggest surprise for me out of this slate are Justice League Dark and really Batgirl. Batgirl is a surprise to me, and also a big surprise to me that's missing. No mention of a Man of Steel sequel, and no mention of a Justice League sequel, which it kind of tells me that Warner Brothers knows that they're gonna have to do a lot of retooling before they go mess with Justice League again. I mean, they're letting the Dark Justice League get moving before. for the the real Justice League.
Yeah. All right, so I couldn't find it, but yeah, I agree. Justice League Dark does seem like a weird one, but I'm kind of excited for it. I'm kind of excited for a DC horror take on the Justice League with, people like if I can remember the entire crowd, probably can't.
Constantine, you got Constantine, you got Swamp Thing, you got Zatanna, Deadman, and Etrigan the Demon.
Damn, look at you, Chance.
Yeah, I read Justice League Dark.
So I'm kind of excited because like Marvel and Fox are doing that New Mutants. That's gonna be like based on that horror comic, and we saw the trailer for that. And now Justice League Dark could be the exact same way, make it more horror, more tense wise, and also play around with like the magic and stuff like that. I feel like you could have a really good movie if you do it correctly.
I promise you, if New Mutants comes out and it's a hit, they're gonna go full steam ahead with Justice League Dark.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Actually, have we talked about Marvel news yet? Huh?
Not yet. Not yet.
I do want to add one to the list that I think we didn't talk about yet. That's based on the Marvel,
okay.
And it's the
okay.
It's the Venom production posters.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I have that screened up right now. If you want me to go ahead and show them, we can go right into that.
Yeah, we can go. Yeah, that was the last part of the DC news.
Huh?
I guess screw the rest of the DC slate.
Well, I mean, we already talked about them.
Before we do that, I gotta say, Cyborg was not mentioned, which is strange to me because he seemed like he seemed like he was gonna be an integral part of this universe, and that's a movie that was actually originally announced when they did the when they did their initial announcement back in, I believe, 2014.
Yeah.
That he's seemingly absent, but hey,
it does seem kind of weird that they would just like ignore the Cyborg movie, but again, like the Green Lantern Corps, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Justice League Dark, I'm really intrigued about. I'm gonna say more intrigued. Can't wait for Matt Reeves' Batman movie because that's just gonna be awesome. I hope that we get one of these movies real soon because Aquaman's next year, next December, November.
Yeah.
So yeah, next November.
No, next December. December.
Next December. And James Wan directing, such a great director. Super excited for Aquaman to see because he was one of my favorite characters favorite new characters in Justice League was Aquaman. So excited for that one. Again, the weird one does stand out as the Justice League Dark movie because that was out of left field. Because if you remember back in I think 2008, 2009, there was talks of doing a Justice League Dark movie with
Del Toro.
Yeah, with Del Toro directing. So I'm glad they're going back to it, but I mean I'm not even sure if these are,
Yeah, there's probably been off and on for a while. Like Del Toro was gonna do it, then he left, and Doug Liman was actually gonna do it, but then he left the project. I'm curious to see where they go with Justice League Dark because I do like that squad of heroes, and I do think it could be a very interesting movie. Watch the Justice League Dark animated movie. It's actually really good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all we got. All right, we can go straight into Marvel news. So yeah, why don't you cue up that Venom production?
All right. Fair warning. All right. So here's the cool looking artwork right there, which I just think that looks awesome. So we go down, we get the exact same thing, and then the tagline, which
we are Venom.
#Venom.
Solidarity. We are Venom.
Well, if you guys know the Venom character, all the stuff he begins with is "we are," instead of
Yeah.
"I," it's "we are Venom." Because it's two
Yeah, no,
personalities.
exactly. Because it's two personalities. But yeah, that just seems like a strange tagline. But as far as the poster goes, it looks like traditional Venom. I mean, it doesn't look like the advertising of the movie. It looks like the advertising like the Venom cartoon. But
Yeah.
I think I'm interested in this movie. I'm not. It's not like super high on my anticipated list, but I'm at least interested to see what they
Man,
do.
this is actually one of my anticipated movies because of how unique the idea is. Because Venom is really somebody who should have gotten who should have got a great big screen debut, but got completely ruined in Spider-Man 3. And the fact that they're like, we're gonna revisit this Venom character, and no, he's gonna have his own standalone movie. Man, I'm excited for this because Venom was always like, it was Eddie Brock. He was, the killer. He was more of the psychopath, evil guy. Then it moved on to, I believe, Flash Thompson, which he loved Spider-Man, so he became Agent Venom, and then, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure which one we're getting here. I'm not sure.
It's Eddie Brock.
We're getting the Eddie Brock one. Again, though,
Yes.
it's like, how are you going to make a movie where your main antagonist is the villain?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and
Unless
you all know my stance on villain movies.
unless they go real crazy, make it rated R, and make the main villain Carnage.
You have to bring I think you have to bring Carnage in.
You do.
But you do. But yeah, I think buying this whole story, I'll be impressed. But as of right now, I'm interested. Not excited, but I'm interested.
And I mean, Tom Hardy is Venom. I mean, dude's a great actor, so I know he can carry it.
All right. So only story from the MCU we have today. Alice Eve, who you may recognize from Star Trek Into Darkness, people like Carol Marcus in that movie, she has joined the cast of Iron Fist Season 2. I'm sorry, I laugh about this because Iron Fist is a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, so let me just start by saying, I tried watching Iron Fist. I really did. I powered through the first 6 episodes, then I'm just like, this sucks. I watched the drug master scene from the end of episode like 7 or 9. Then I watched the last episode. I'm like, oh, I could have just watched the first one and the last one, and nothing mattered. So, really, you can put anybody into this. I'm not looking forward to another season of Iron Fist because it feels like they're trying to shove Iron Fist down our throats. I don't like the character. I don't like the actor. Hopefully they redo it. Because they switched up showrunners. It's not Scott Buck running this time. It's somebody else. But I want them to succeed. I just don't care about a second season of Iron Fist. So
Yeah,
Hunter, anything you got to add to that?
I'm in the I'm in the same boat as you. I don't hate Iron Fist as much as most people do, but it is the weakest of the 4. I'm not interested in a second season probably because I didn't finish the first season. That tells you anything?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't even know the actress, so I can't really say, oh, is she talented? But
no, she is talented. I'll vouch for her. She is a talented actress.
well, again, I mean, I don't know. Like, I just don't care. I'm in that boat where like,
Yeah.
I'd rather see
Let's not talk.
Jones.
Let's stop talking about this because well, Jessica Jones is happening. I forgot to mention that we did get a teaser for Jessica Jones and a release date. We're going to release in March of next year. So
okay, sweet. Because that was actually my second favorite of the 4.
what was your first? Oh, was your first Daredevil?
Daredevil season 1 and 2, and then Jessica Jones was a close second.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And then Luke Cage. Even though Luke Cage had a terrible half season, but
Well, suck it. Luke Cage is awesome. We're gonna stop talking about Iron Fist because he sucks. All right. So, our next thing you have some images queued up. We got some images released for X-Men Dark Phoenix.
let me key those up for you.
Queue them up.
I got them. I just gotta.
Yeah, I know you have. You just gotta put them up. You gotta put them on the screen.
All right, boss man. Do it now.
Do it now. Do it now.
There they are.
All right, so we got something in space. Then we got Jean Grey in the rain. All right, here's the villain. Here's the villain. I'm trying to look up her name, but she's played by Jessica Chastain. She's described as like the ruler of some nation. Can't remember what, but I don't know. I don't know why she's here. But, hey, maybe it'll make us buy into that. All right.
Somebody brought up on Twitter. They were like, "Why is what's her name, Storm, under an umbrella when she can control the weather?"
Why is what?
Why is Storm using an umbrella when she controls the weather?
That is Storm. And why is it raining when it's totally sunny outside? This is stupid. This is stupid. All right, keep going. Well, hold on. First of all, before we go up, I'm pretty sure this is got to be a funeral, right?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Keep going down.
Speaking of,
here we go, Mrs. I don't give a shit, so why should you?
Yep.
Yeah, even in this picture, she looks bored.
She's just like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, like that. That looks like a funeral scene. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Mystique. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be Mystique's last movie. She's gonna bite the bullet. And she's gonna put Jennifer Lawrence out of her misery.
Probably.
All right, we got the director of this film, Simon Kinberg, talking to Michael Fassbender, who's also back in this movie.
Fassbender.
Yep. And is that it?
I thought we had one more.
I thought we had one more too.
Hold on.
Could have sworn we had another one.
Me too. It was I think
Picture of her on fire, right?
Yeah. Stop. I believe it was this one, right?
Here we go. We have pictures of Jean Grey on fire, which I'll admit it's a cool effect.
Yeah, it's a very cool effect. And the only thing I can say is this one better be, or it definitely needs to be better than X3.
Yeah. Because that shit was bad.
Oh, yeah. But overall, I mean, like, oops, we're not supposed to see that right now.
Oh, well, you already know what our next story is going to be.
But I mean, overall, the photos that we saw, I enjoyed them. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Jean Grey looks incredible. The Dark Phoenix, hopefully, is good. Fassbender's coming back. I believe James McAvoy's coming back also, is what I read.
Yeah, McAvoy's coming back. Fassbender's coming back. Jennifer Lawrence, Nicholas Hoult.
Damn.
Everybody from the last Apocalypse. Olivia Munn is coming back as Psylocke. Hopefully, she'll actually get to stay the entire movie.
Evan Peters is coming back as Quicksilver.
Yeah. Jessica Chastain. I thought she was going to be a dictator of a nation. I was wrong. According to this, she's actually playing a mysterious alien with shape-shifting abilities.
So she's Mystique's sister.
Sure.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, it's going to be the directorial debut of Simon Kinberg, who has been a producer on this entire series. So pressure's on, dude.
One thing I hope is that they go kind of the Fantastic Four comic origins, is where like the Dark Phoenix comes from, whatever happens in outer space.
There are shots of outer space in this movie.
Yep. So I kind of hope like that is what leads to her unlocking the Dark Phoenix power. I mean, at the end of Apocalypse, we did see her, call on the Phoenix, but not the Dark Phoenix, which is two completely different entities.
Right.
So I hope that they tie that in with each other. But overall, the only thing that I'm kind of worried about is, which will actually turn into our next topic, which I think we're still talking about this, right?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Is that pretty much it's a guarantee that X-Men and Fantastic Four are going back to Marvel. Because if you guys don't know, in the contract to lend or to give Fox the movie rights to the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, in the contract it does say that these movie contracts or the X-Men and Fantastic Four are like they can't be sold anywhere else. You can't sell them off to Universal. You can't sell them off to Lionsgate. If you sell your movie division, like Fox is planning on doing, the rights go back to Marvel. My only issue, and this does tie in with Dark Phoenix, is Fox has three X-Men movies coming out next year. I'm afraid we're not going to get any of them.
I mean, they can't not release them. They've already pretty much already shot them all and done it. Like New Mutants already shot. Deadpool's already shot. It's in the middle of shooting, but that'll be done very soon. Like you can't just not release this movie because that's literally that'd be millions of dollars down the drain.
Yeah, but you gotta think like Marvel's not gonna let Deadpool 2 come out, especially if it's still under the rated R, and they're trying to put it under
I don't know.
name.
I won't release it under their studio banner, but I think they can release it.
But the thing is, they don't own the Fox name. They're just owning the movie rights. So pretty much like Fox still owns its name, so you can't use the Fox name under Deadpool if you get the rights back. It's literally
probably like, but like they can like just make a new production name, just call it something else.
They could, but most people want the X-Men in the MCU, and if you put them inside the MCU, one, you're gonna get, an overload on characters. Yeah. And two, you're not going to be able to get stuff like Logan, Deadpool, either the dark or like the rated R type stuff under Disney. That's the whole point I'm thinking about is like you could separate them. And that actually wouldn't be a bad idea. As John Campbell brought up, he was like, why don't you just like make a separate universe and keep your Deadpool?
Yeah, I guess you could.
And if you wanted to, you can bring over the Fantastic Four. Because that's only, 4 characters and they're villains. And you can use the villains in other Marvel, Avengers movies or whatever. You can incorporate the Fantastic Four. But keep the X-Men in its separate universe. So you could start doing, you can do the R-rated Deadpool movies. Or you could do, whatever that you wanted to do. And Ryan Reynolds actually brought up, he tweeted out, he was like, Marvel to buy Fox. What the freak's gonna happen to Deadpool now?
Oh, yeah, how the fudge does this affect Deadpool?
Yeah, how the fudge is this gonna affect Deadpool?
That's funny.
But yeah, so pretty much it's a guarantee that X-Men is going back over to Marvel, unless in that 1% chance that Fox doesn't sell off their whole division, which they are because they're looking for buyers right now. Then it's pretty much a matter of time before X-Men and Fantastic Four come over to Disney Marvel.
I mean, pretty much. I think it'll happen eventually, just maybe not in the next few years. This is our last story. This is the last story in the Marvel. New trailer for the animated Spider-Man movie from Sony Pictures Animation. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We don't know a lot of plot details about this movie, but this will revolve around Miles Morales, who I referred to him as the Black Spider-Man.
He's
You seen this trailer? What do you think about it?
Mexican.
Yeah, he's Hispanic. He's Puerto Rican. He's not Mexican. All right. So, what do you think of this trailer?
I'm trying to see who the voice of Miles Morales is.
The voice of Miles Morales is Shamik Moore. He was in Dope. He was in The Get Down for Netflix.
Okay, so it's not the guy. I was thinking it was.
It's not Donald Glover. It's not Donald Glover.
That's what I thought it was going to be. I was like, that'd be kind of funny if it was.
Yeah, it would have been interesting, but no, it's not going to be Donald Glover.
But in this opening teaser, it took a minute for my eyes to kind of get used to the new animation style they're using, which is like animation CGI hybrid almost.
It's like it looks like stop motion kind of.
Yeah, it was like kind of weird because I wasn't expecting that from this movie. I was expecting, anime, an animated movie, but they're kind of going more CG animated, which I don't have a problem with. It's just your eyes have to take a minute to, digest what you're seeing. But overall, I mean, we didn't see so much in this trailer. It was really just Spider-Man, like Miles Morales, just swinging throughout the city.
Yeah,
you saw a shot of the suit, which looked awesome, and then at the end, you see him talking to who I presume is Peter Parker. But when he asked, "How many are there?" or "How many of us are there?"
Yeah, it feels like they're gonna deal with like the Spider-Man multiverse, which means like we could get different Spider-Man. We can get Ben Reilly in this movie. There are a bunch of possibilities.
It kind of reminds me. I'm not sure if you've seen the show Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yes.
It's kind of like the episode. I think it was also called Into the Spider-Verse, where they just bring in all the Spider-Man from the different Spider-Verses. That's kind of what this movie reminds me of.
No, exactly, and also, I lost my train of thought. And also, like it's very like it's a different style of animation because like some of it looks like really slick, and some of it looks like very like artistically choppy. It looks choppy.
Yeah.
But I think that's an artistic choice. At least I hope it is. Maybe it's just not done. Who knows? Yeah. It looks like a different style of animation than what I thought it would be. Which I like that. And there's some shots in this trailer that look exactly like a comic book.
Oh yeah, and I'm not saying like it's a bad thing. I'm saying like, I wasn't expecting it, so it took me a minute to be like, oh, okay, this is what we're going for. And after I got into the trailer a little bit, it does look awesome. It does look slick. There are moments where you can tell it's really choppy, maybe just to me, but like some of the CG animation they tried to go with didn't work correctly. In some points, it looked very, very grainy, very choppy. But it was noticeable to me. But I don't think people on YouTube watching it will probably even notice it.
No, yeah, and like also you can get different spot. It looks like they're gonna do a different Spider-Man. Like Ben Reilly's movie, you can have Maddie Franklin's movie, you can have
Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, you got Spider-Gwen's movie. There's a ton of directions you can go. So I'm looking forward to this movie, and yeah, the trailer really just gives you a sense of tone and the animation. And I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I do too. So now our final one.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. All right. So first of all, so Rian Johnson was talking about his new Star Wars trilogy, which he is developing under the Lucasfilm banner. And if you saw, somebody asked him about the Knights of the Old Republic video game, which he said he was a fan of. He said he played a lot of, but he said that his new trilogy of that game. So, what do you make of this, Hunter?
As you guys know, my dreams are crushed now because I came on here talking about the new trilogy. I was like, oh, Knights of the Old Republic, and then he was just like, no, it's here on YouTube. No, we're not doing it.
Well, hold on. It could be. He said it wouldn't be an adaptation to the game. He said it could still be an Old Republic story.
Yeah, true. I didn't expect him to do it, but whatever Rian Johnson decides to do with the Star Wars his new Star Wars trilogy. I'll be excited for, because especially on the reviews that we've gotten from Star Wars Last Jedi, man, I'm excited for this one. That
Well,
segue? That segue?
Well, no, you screwed up. You screwed up my segue. God damn you, Hunter. I was about to say, yeah, like I
Yeah.
trust Ryan Johnson implicitly, especially with the reactions that Last Jedi is getting. And speaking of reactions,
You still did it.
Last Jedi just had their premiere,
You still
and
did it.
they actually we got some Twitter reactions. So Hunter,
On
you
that
want
Twitter
to put those
machine.
up
On that Twitter machine.
on the Twitter box?
On the Twitter box.
Twitter box.
All
All right,
right,
here we go.
we got one from Jenna Butch.
Jenna Bush.
There aren't enough words to express how much I loved hashtag Star Wars, hashtag Last Jedi. It's mind-blowing. I'm in geek heaven, and she has a photo for us to see. Look at that photo, goodness. Ryan Parker, it's amazing, just amazing. Have a lot to process, but wow, hashtag Last Jedi. Last Jedi is so... all right, hold on. Beautifully human, pilotless, and funny and surprising. I cried when one POC heroine got her moment, because films like this leave their mark on an entire generation and represent matter. And then, of course, BB-8 rolls out to the premiere. Look at that.
Rolling with the homies.
Rolling. The Last Jedi is incredible. Characters at the forefront. Amazing action. So much emotional payoff. Decades in the making. I will be watching this one a lot. Maybe I should start saying the names and then saying it. That'd probably be a good idea. Josh Horwitz says, The Last Jedi has more goosebumps moments than any Star Wars movie I can remember. I was grinning for most of the 2.5 hours. A worthy and great Star Wars film. The franchise is in great hands. Kudos to @Ryan Johnson. And then we'll go ahead and skip down a little bit. Eric Davis said, hashtag The Last Jedi is absolutely fantastic, gripping, touching, funny, and powerful, with gorgeous shots and the most badass battles. When it gets going, holy crap, it gets going. Hands down, the best Star Wars movie since Empire. You want to stop there or read some more?
Let's see if Perry's is on here.
I don't think Perry's on here. You know, Robert
Right.
says, I have one more for Last Jedi that I believe to share. Luke, I am not your father.
All right. Well, yeah, that was the reaction to The Last Jedi.
And people are hating it. Oh my God, those reviews! You see those? Oh my God!
Yeah, as opposed to Justice League, which had reviews saying like it's fun, it's okay. This is just like, holy shit, this movie's amazing. Now it's still important to manage expectations. Like, I'm seeing it this coming Friday, and I'm really excited about it. But at the same time, like I'm trying not to hype myself up too much, but this is a really good sign.
Yeah, it is, and I'm not going to take away anything from people who get overexcited, but to me, I'm excited for Star Wars Last Jedi. I've watched all the movies in preparation for this, but it also, I keep my hype level about medium for any movie, because I know if I go out, if I go way too high on my excitement, that I'll start nitpicking stuff. But these reactions are absolutely what I thought they would be. But that's not a bad thing. I mean, people are loving it. Critics are loving it. So that's a very good sign.
No, exactly.
All right, so is that all our movie news for today?
I believe that's it.
Holy shit, there was a long episode. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight on Nerd News. Chance, you want to go ahead and plug your channels real quick?
Full Metal Trivia and my YouTube channel, Chance the Critic.
All right. And if you guys enjoy Nerd News or our trivia battles or our reviews, hit that like button, subscribe to Film Nerd TV, check out Patreon, patreon.com/FilmNerdTV. I'm Hunter. I'm a film nerd. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.